Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
So today's theme is Dark Batman from the Dark Multiverse from Dark Knight's Metal. I meant to do this when Dark Knight's Metal was covered on back issues, and then again when they made the sequel, Dark Knight's Death Metal, and so here we are. I didn't have all the tie-ins back then in physicals. I buy a lot of my books digitally, but I found these three, so here they are. It's Doomsday is it Evil Superman Batman, Evil Aquaman Batman, and
Evil Wonder Woman.
Evil Wonder Woman Batman. Thank you. So
It's not really evil Superman Batman.
no, but like it's the premise is that all the Dark Knights from Dark Knight's Metal were Justice League analogs.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
And it's not really Wonder Woman, but
No,
whatever.
but you know, it's that
it's
book.
like a
It's that
character
mythos.
from
The logo
Yes.
is that.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is. It's like this is Superman in as much as
It's the
it's a
Superman
Superman
story.
character.
I just wanted to actually you.
No, you did. Congratulations. Well, get in line.
I beat you to it, commenters.
That's right. Then you can do this one.
The Devastator.
Yeah, Devastator. Thank you.
What?
Okay.
Are you devastated?
I am devastated
I
I got
am.
this.
Yeah.
Why is it called the Devastator? Is Doomsday called the Devastator
No.
at any point?
No,
Okay.
because they didn't want to use the word Doomsday.
Why not?
Who knows?
It's the Doomsday virus. That's not the Devastator virus.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he devastates the population?
Maybe.
I guess.
It's more like he
they didn't want to.
decimates
They
the
didn't want to.
population.
They didn't want to be too obvious.
Sounds to me like they had the name before the premise.
Oh.
I don't think that's what it is. I think they literally were like, oh, everyone else has a subtitle. Come up with one now.
Right.
Right.
It's going to print.
At this point, it's Batman who's talking to Clark in his head, being like, hey, I should have seen this happening from the beginning. Like, you were always going to betray us because you promise a world of, like, hope and love and acceptance, but, like, that's a lie, and that's why I had to kill you. So, we come in on the story, and, like, you see all these dead people, and you assume that Superman was going to be the catalyst for this, where he becomes a Doomsday monster, and so to become a Doomsday, or to defeat
fight him?
like Batman has to do the same thing. Nope. I was entirely wrong when I had that premise.
It's really unspecific as to like why or
Why
how.
Superman went bad. It's just that he
No
did.
one, there's no
Like, our
explanation.
greatest fears have come true.
Right.
Would you like to know why? It's because they are in a dark multiverse,
Right.
He needed to turn
and
that.
he had
therefore
to.
nothing good can happen.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
preordained.
Yeah.
No. But that ruins the rest of these wonderful books.
Nope. Listen, if you came here for rainbows and sunshines, go find another show.
Find another multiverse.
So we start off, Batman's fighting Lobo, because it's like the
Sweet.
last hero who was defending the Fortress of Solitude, because all of the superheroes showed up to defend the Fortress of Solitude. I think
This is
Superman
on the
was
main
already,
universe.
Yeah, this is already here.
Yeah, that's
Superman in this Batman Devastator's universe is already dead.
Yes.
And we're going to get into that.
Wait, is he dead or is he a thing on
He's dead.
on a stick?
Real Superman is is on the battery.
Yeah, we
in
don't
the
see
Dark
real
Multiverse.
Superman in this
Yeah.
book. We do find out what happens to this Batman's Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all got to be flat. That's
Yeah.
all these books, the same thing.
Yep.
Here's what's happening now.
And then here's
Here's
what
where they
happened
came
then.
from.
Yeah.
And then here's the conclusion of what's happening now.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's
Well,
weird,
And how did they get here?
How did they get here? Yeah.
and this is the confusing part, because apparently Batman can turn like the Devastator powers on
and off? Okay.
Because one day ago on our Earth, or Earth Zero, he meets up with Lois and he's like, hey, there's a reason why all the cities are going dark. It's me. He shakes her hand. He's telling her, like, look, I had to infect people. I had to protect them against what Superman is. He's a lie. And most off, I had to save you because, like, you're very important to Clark, and he's going to betray you and kill you, and I can't let that happen. So I'm going to turn everyone into Doomsday monsters. So now we see on Earth -1.
That's where he's from.
Yes. Which I did not realize that was a minus sign.
Yeah, I thought it was just the hyphen.
Yep.
But now I'm seeing it's higher
Because
up.
it's up there.
Yeah.
So it's Earth -1.
Okay, I did not get that.
Right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Super
It's
dumb.
because it's on the underside.
Yeah.
We have Batman fighting Superman with a Kryptonite spear.
Yeah, I
Like
wonder
in
where
the
they got
movie.
that from.
Weird.
You were supposed to be the best of us, and you turned against us, and like now everything is all. Apparently, Superman is Batman's linchpin. Like if you lose him, all bets are off.
Well, he's the greatest among us, so if he turns, that's
Yeah,
the
but-
worst thing that could possibly happen.
But real Batman never believed that Superman was the linchpin. Like, he always respected it.
Yeah,
We don't know that.
but he always knew it would be the worst thing ever if
Right.
he turned.
Yeah.
Because he's the most powerful. So it's
Exactly.
like, what's the worst thing that could happen in the world?
Superman
if
going
Superman
bad.
turned. That'll ruin everything.
Yep.
So Batman just like touches something on his belt and turns himself into a doomsday monster because he's like, I'm not going to let you hurt me. And I don't mean physically, I mean emotionally. Because
Yeah.
like,
'Cause you betrayed
You broke
me.
my heart,
Yeah.
Superman. Now I'm
I
gonna punch
loved you.
You're
Yeah.
tearing me apart, like literally,
Yeah.
because his arm's off.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, Superman cuts his arm off.
He uses his heat vision.
He does.
that
He's
I
just
know
like,
that you're like, you know.
yeah.
And he makes a point of saying something like,
I could rip you in half just
Yeah.
with a
Well,
I
light.
didn't
because
do anything.
he's talking about, he's like, I heard the Justice Leaguers saying, like, if you and I got into a fight, who would win?
and the reality is I would win.
Yeah.
You brought a spear. That's a dumb idea.
You put a spear to a fight with me.
Yeah, you brought a spear to a god
laser
fight.
fight. Yeah, and then Batman shows why all the Justice Leaguers say the Batman would win in a fight.
Yeah, he turns himself into a
He turns
doomsday
himself to a
monster.
doomsday
He
monster.
cheats.
It's like,
Yes.
you didn't see that coming.
Cheating. Okay,
No.
heat vision is cheating.
Yeah, that's true.
He can't help that.
Yeah, that's a
That's
natural
part of
power.
who
of
he
mine.
is.
Yeah, and
This is a virus that he puts in himself.
yeah, that he makes himself. This is what Batman
true, he
does.
did
Batman
make
is
it.
super smart.
Yeah.
So he turns himself
true.
into a doomsday monster. The Devastator, we'll call that.
Yeah.
He regrows his arm back, which I
Yeah.
didn't know the Devastator virus could do.
Doomsday can.
Yeah, because that's a doomsday thing. Yeah.
Well, I thought he could just like grow bones.
Yeah.
He can grow
Doomsday has many
parts,
powers,
yeah.
and as Doomsday
He
became
adapts.
well, as Doomsday became less of a plot device and more of a character, they had to give him more powers. And one of
Like-
those things is regrowth.
Like kryptonite breath?
Sure.
Yep.
Maybe he ate the spear.
Yeah,
He thought it was a mint.
No,
Yeah.
because he had to adapt to fight Superman.
He stabs him on a spike. Superman's dead.
Yeah.
And then the Batman Who Laughs shows up and is like, hey,
You win. Good
you're
job.
all right. And look what happened. This guy betrayed you, and there's another world where he exists, and you can go betray him again.
Yeah, you can go get him.
The Super Squad shows up. It's
I like that she mentions Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey everyone, you may not know who this is. That's right, Guardian.
Thanks for
thanks for
identifying
the shout
me.
out.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, Guardian showed up to this. I should read more about Guardian.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. He showed up and he doesn't do anything. I can't wait to learn more about that guy.
So, the reason Superman hasn't showed up is because you were correct. He's a battery at this point. Lois rushes home to see John and is starting to show signs of the virus and becoming a doomsday monster.
Rocks on her face.
Yup. So they have
She's
gross.
getting it in like a pretty way. Where
Yeah,
it's
it's
still
just like
it's
a
like a
little
sexy
bit.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
mole.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, that imperfection makes you
Strategic
look
mole.
hotter.
Yeah.
little on my hands, and Lois is like, "You get your ass inside. I have a safe room that not even your dad could break."
Yeah.
I love Gordon looking like,
Ah, jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jim Gordon's there.
yeah,
Because we're in Gotham.
Oh right.
I hate the city.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
I hate the city and everything in it.
But he goes, "Look up in the sky." Oh God.
Yeah, he says, "Oh God," like he knows what it is, but like I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Yeah,
I think he's
there's
just
no
like-
way that Jim Gordon knows.
I think that Jim Gordon's like, I don't think Batman can handle this.
yeah, probably not.
And
I don't know.
I know I can't. So,
He's like, "You made them believe. You fooled them into thinking that you'd always be there for them, and you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
And that belief is exactly what will drag your entire world to devastation."
Oh, devastation.
Oh, devastation. See,
Oh, he's
no,
the
that they had the name first, and then they finagled the
Yeah.
narrative. to
Work
say
it into
that.
the story.
Work that in.
I
Yeah.
love his reasoning here because he's like,
I have been devastated.
see, I just showed you
Yep.
why, like, you were lying to them. It's like, yeah, but you did that.
Right,
If
and
you
you
had
facilitated
shown
his
up,
capture.
maybe he would have succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Maybe, but
no.
like-
At some point,
but no.
Superman will always turn against us and fail.
Or, well, he'll
Or
fail
lose.
in some way.
And that's
then-
like a betrayal. Because
yeah,
he promised.
because he promised.
Yeah.
I promise.
Sure.
Nothing bad will ever happen.
He never
Superman
made that
ever say
promise.
that? I don't think he
He's-
ever said that.
He would never do that.
no, but he promised to help,
Yeah, and he
There's
tried.
nothing wrong with that. He tries that all
Yeah.
the time.
and he should.
Aquaman.
thank you. So this is Batman the Drowned, written by Dan Abnett with art by Philip Tan and Tyler Kirkham.
Kirkham.
Kirkham. A dark multiverse in which Batman isn't Bruce Wayne, it's Bryce Wayne.
It's all the genders
All
are
the
flipped.
genders.
Everything's
flipped of
flipped.
all
The
their
whole thing is
characters,
flipped
yeah.
across. Well, obviously it would have to be, especially with the love interest part.
Oh,
of it. Well, I mean, it
yeah.
doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, but it like yeah.
Yeah.
But she mentions that because, like, for her, when she comes to Earth Zero, she's like, the genders are flipped.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's all weird now. And we're like, no, your gender's a flip.
I know.
I like that
Not from my
because
perspective.
it's at least a rule.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, and Batman's randomly a girl. It's like, no,
No,
everyone's
everyone's
flipped.
backward.
Oh,
Everyone's
I
different.
Which
got
we've
it.
seen, by the way. That's actually a holdover from a couple of Superman Batman stories.
Sure, there you go. It's Earth -11 is where Bryce is from. And, okay, so I know these guys have already said that they think all the books are trash. I kind of like this one because this book plays with the trope that you see for a lot of male superheroes in which, like, the loss of their love is what spurs them on.
Yes.
And so, like, the whole, like, girlfriend in the fridge sort of thing, not that we see that or get reference to that
Right.
necessarily, like, specifically.
They should have done that.
Oh
that
my
would have
God.
been amazing.
Yeah. But, like, that is what this is about. Like,
Yeah.
Bryce Wayne was in love with a gentleman by the name of Sylvester Kyle, and Sylvester died seemingly through rogue metas, because that's what we're doing the whole, like, meta thing.
Yeah.
Like, they really focus on that.
Yeah.
And so, like, she waged war against them because it's like, screw you.
Because Batman would do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, this
Well,
Batman
if
would.
they're
This
rogue,
dark
yeah.
one would, because it's like, you guys you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
helping
Too
us.
dangerous.
Yeah, like, screw you. So, like, she takes them down, and we see her take down her version of Aquaman, which would be Aquawoman.
Aquawoman.
This is all guys in a current plot, but I'm going to go to that afterwards.
Yeah.
We'll deal with this.
That's a better way to do it,
Yeah.
possibly. Because there's no reason for it to be
No,
told out of
no, 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 no,
sequence,
no.
like the books all do. It's
Yeah.
really annoying.
So essentially, she takes care of all the rogue superheroes, and then Atlantis is like, oh, hey, are there no superheroes anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, we exist, and we're in charge now.
Right.
Atlantis attacks.
Yeah, Atlantis literally attacks, and,
They
like,
were always going to.
we see Aquawoman show up, and, like, Batwoman's like, okay, let's
It's a
do
total
this.
ruse, by the way. They're like, oh, we want peace talks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all just
Well,
monsters and angry things.
He's
From the Kraken to the Peace Summit.
Listen, you just bring what you've got. You
Yeah.
can't judge them by
Our
their
diplomats
external looks.
just look really fierce
Okay,
and aggressive.
Atlanteans don't look like horrible fish monsters. Some of them are people.
Yeah, well,
But
the
not all of
diplomat
them are.
class
They ride
are
them, though.
monstrous creatures.
Yeah, they come from the
Look,
deep.
that's just
They're
how
very
it
diplomatic.
goes.
yeah, the deep, right? It is the deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
The trench.
the trench, that's it. So, Batwoman suits up. By the way, I wish we saw, like, a full, like, image of her costume, because from what I
Pre-
see of it,
yeah.
it's awesome.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I really like this incarnation of Batwoman's costume, even with the mask, like the bubble mask.
Yes.
It's just really cool looking because it has, like, elements of, like, armor on, like, the gauntlets, but it also has, like, elements of, like, the Assassin's Guild in a way.
Yeah, a little bit, because she got like daggers places.
Yeah, and like the looser pants and like the belts and stuff like that. Like, this is just kind of neat, and
Yeah.
I wish I could just see it. I'm sure there are concept art like
Probably.
places for it.
But we don't get
What
a
about
good
the
shot
heels,
of it.
though?
Listen, they can't help
She needs
themselves.
her calves to look awesome.
She does. She does.
Underwater.
The heels.
times.
Listen,
It's intimidating
It's
to
a
criminals.
cool look. So essentially, yeah, like Atlantis is like, cool. Hey, peace talks. Peace talks meaning like, yeah, we're gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, of course not. It just evolves into like chaos. We're not sure in which way, like, because we just see like Batwoman like attacking as well,
Yes.
and I'm like, presumably she could have also just been like, screw you, I'm just getting ahead of this. 'cause
Like,
you're
no, it's a
clear-
trap. I'm sure it's
Right.
a trap.
But
Ah!
it probably is like that
It
because
could
it's
be
the dark multiverse.
but they do.
maybe they just screwed
But they
over.
do, of course, bring monsters. So it's like,
Right,
yeah,
so it's-
whatever.
I don't think they were going to talk.
So basically, like,
probably right.
the idea is that, like, they're vicious, and, like, the Atlanteans bring war with them.
Yeah.
And so she's like, and so I showed them what vicious is, really. And, like, she harpoons Aquawoman with her own trident.
Yeah.
Which is, like, a cool image.
Yep.
Then Atlantis truly attacks in a, like, War of the Worlds-esque way, where they have, like, walker kind of things that essentially flood the Earth.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, because it turns out, like, just Aquawoman is...
It's just, you can't just kill them. It's not like you lose their leader and they
Right,
like, give
and they're
up.
just like, oh no!
They're not a droid army.
Yeah,
Nor,
they just get more mad.
nor are they the aliens from frickin' Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Right.
And so what Batwoman does, what Bryce does, is she uses technology and like whatever and like alters her body and her DNA and makes a hybrid of Atlantean and herself. So she's got accelerated healing and she can control water, like water kinesis, which Mara can do.
So she doesn't call herself the Sea Bat, though.
No.
No, she calls herself the Drowned, which makes sense because the world is drowned. This one totally makes sense where she comes from. Also, seemingly, she's questionably among the living.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks dead.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just because like I gotta blend in with underwater decaying things.
I don't know.
That might just be part of her. Like,
Yeah,
I
like-
can survive under here, but like part of me looks like it's a rotted corpse.
Yeah, or it could also be like if presumably Bryce used DNA from Atlanteans, maybe she used ones from some of the less attractive ones
Maybe,
Yeah.
to get certain abilities.
Yeah.
Or the crabs were just very hungry.
Possibly. She also engineers an army, and so you get like the cool imagery of like crazy fish people who are like
the ones from Aquaman the Trench.
Yeah.
Like the scary ones from the movie
Yeah,
and
so
from the...
she wins, but it's like to what end? And
Right.
like she
The
rules
world is
over
still
these
drowned.
people.
Right.
And then one day the signal goes out and she goes to see what it is, and it's the Batman who laughs. He's just like, hey.
Sup?
You should be in Dark Knight's Metal.
Well, no, what he does is like, and what I appreciate about this is because we have the slightest bit of backstory, like a modicum of like why she's in this situation is because of the person, like she lost who she loves, and like that's really what's driving her right now.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you know why that happened, and like it's because of that, it's because of the light. Because like you're in a shitty universe, and the reason bad things happen to you is because they're all having a good time up there. And when it's like seemingly like whenever something good happens up there, something crappy happens down here.
He's not wrong.
Sorry.
Yep. So if you're having a crappy time, maybe it's just because you're in a crappy universe.
Yeah, it's not because you're a crazy monster.
But like in this universe, like
this universe, it's literally true.
The deck is
Yeah.
stacked against her.
Yes,
right.
it's true.
So then he like shows her like all the other bat
Look at all
folk.
these other cool action figures you could be.
Look at all these other books you could read.
Yeah.
You can have some friends.
And she's
Right.
like, okay, yeah, screw them.
Yeah.
She's not like because obviously when she shows up and like notices everything's like different, she's not there to like run into Bruce or Selena or
No.
anyone. She's just like. Screw all of you
Yeah, she's just bitter.
and your light.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I hate all of you.
Yep.
So when she gets to Earth Zero, she's sent to Amnesty Bay, which she's just like, not that it means friendship, but that's immediately what I think of every time. So she uses her powers of like water kinesis, which I guess allows her to also summon her own water from her own universe, essentially, and floods the town and like kills everybody in it. And then she's like, cool. This is I deserve this.
Yeah.
I earned this.
Yep.
So then
Yeah.
Aquaman shows up with Mara, and she's like, oh, okay, weird. Anyway,
Weird. An Aquaman? Lame.
I just don't get it.
Yeah,
You look entirely out of place.
you're
Seems
not
a little-
Aquaman and Murray. What the hell?
Yeah, what is Mara as a boy? I
Yeah.
don't
She
think they even
doesn't,
say
there is
Murray.
no mention of
Murray.
Yeah.
of Mara's alter ego.
So they attack, and then they have a big fight about like over it, and then like she kills Aquaman's shark thing that he's riding, and like smacks him away, and then Mara attacks, trying to use her aquakinesis. It doesn't work.
No.
Because it's not the water from her universe.
Zero
Water.
water. It's Earth -11.
Yeah, and she's like, I can't do anything. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And it's like, her line is like, my water, my rules.
Right.
Right.
Right, which I
Okay.
dig because this to me is the element of Batman where it's like his city.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
brought my city
brought
with
it
me.
with me.
Yeah, like there's some little nugget of
It's
like
also
Batman
like
is.
purple, so it's like not
very-
the same water.
No, it's definitely
different
something
water.
different.
Yeah.
It's chemically different. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, so
It's
then
dark water.
It's yeah.
so
And there are pirates there.
Fear water.
no.
Pirates.
So then like Aquaman kind of gets like a good hit in, so she's like, okay, cool. And so she releases her dead water army.
Yes.
And like brings the dead water there. And they know what it is. They're like,
Oh crap!
oh, we're
it's
in
those
trouble.
things.
This isn't good.
Yeah.
This isn't good at all. And so like they like take Aquaman and they're like holding him down, and then like she grabs Mara because like he's trying to get her to leave. He's like, go say, like tell the Justice League that we screwed up.
Yeah.
Tell them I failed.
Yeah.
But like tell them I failed in a really cool way.
Yeah.
I'm Aquaman. Come on.
I'll have a dolphin do some flips for you. It'll be fun. Go over real
Yeah,
smooth.
because this is like the beginning. Like this is the invasion
Yes.
of the dark multiverse
Yeah.
starting right here.
So then like she grabs Mara. She's like, oh no, you're not going anywhere. No. And she infects her with I guess the dark water and like.
She has many powers.
Yeah. The drown has many powers.
Right. Well, I guess
It's an offshoot. of the
she's
dark water
using the
power.
dead water
Yeah.
that she has, and I think she puts it into her, which then like
goes in,
changes
yeah.
her.
Right.
Yeah.
We're dealing with some element of magic here, so like I'm
it's
okay
the
with this.
same thing that she is, or is it related to what she did to create all the creatures?
I think
Or
so.
to, or
Yeah.
to bend their will to her.
Yeah, and so like when she does, like then Mara works for her now,
Yeah.
and like Aquaman like is in agony, and he like screams at her name, and she's like, I know that pain. That's what happened when I lost Sylvester, and that's you know what? But you know what's lucky for you? I'm gonna kill you in a second, so it's only gonna last for a minute, and I kind of wish that had happened to me,
Right.
but it didn't. So anyway, moving on. I have a job to do.
Right.
So she goes
Moving on.
she goes to kill him, and then like the symbol of Dr. Fate shows up, and like Aquaman's
Yoink.
whisked away, and she's like, okay, you know what, he cheated death, but hey, I know he's in agony wherever he is, and I will find him and I'll kill him, and then that's just how it's gonna be. And so she puts her signal in the sky, and that's it. Like, she's just like, and by in the sky, I mean in the water.
In the water,
Yeah.
it's all underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's it.
How she raised the sea level. 'Cause
Yes.
it doesn't wash back into it's just
Don't-
Special
they're
water.
just under like
if she
30
has
stories of water.
aquakinesis,
Yeah,
but
she's
she's
like
just
holding
so,
a bubble of water over the
she's
town.
just so powerful.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
holding it.
Yeah.
So the symbol she shows at the end
It's not
is
the one on the cover.
so much better than the one on the cover.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
No, I agree.
Because it's that nautical compass where like you're like sketching out distances.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
over a bat.
Yeah.
But it's also
Fish
like
thing.
it's what I like about it is it's like she took the bat symbol, which was hers, and it's like she just carved the A over
Yes.
it. It's just like, screw you.
It's way cooler than just putting Aquaman's logo over.
Yeah,
it.
and what's funny is like this character will go on to be in Dark Knight's Metal for like a hot second,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
seemingly she's just happy to be where she is. She's like,
Right.
this is my
I'm
city.
just happy to be invited.
Yep,
Here I
I just
am.
came to come here and do that, and that was cool.
I'm just, you know, like I just don't like any of you guys. I just don't like any of you.
No.
Yeah, fuck it up. I don't go.
Go.
I don't need to be a part of it. I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah, this is cool.
It's true. So Batman the Merciless is the Wonder Woman one. It's written by Peter J. Tomasi with art by Francis Manapul. It is the Wonder Woman one,
Yep.
where basically there's like a quiet council of world leaders or people who fancy themselves world leaders who are like, what's the doomsday scenario? Like, not the one over there, but like the real one, where it's like the world's gonna end. What do we do? What's our plan?
scenario.
Right, because this hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, no, this is the Doctor Strangelove room.
Yeah.
Where it's people like Sam Lane and Amanda Waller and Steve Trevor and
Yeah.
you know. they're
And a
like,
skeleton guy.
oh, Mr. Bones.
It's Mr. Bones!
It's Mr. Bones.
And a little girl.
Yeah, don't worry about her. So.
I think it's Father Time.
So Batman shows up, or rather Batman the Merciless, and this is the Batman Merciless from the Dark Multiverse, who drops in, and he is wielding a special helmet that's forged, we'll figure out later, that gives him his power, and it allows him to like sense when war is being waged and stuff, and so he like
What?
knew where they were gonna be, and he shows up, and he just hits them all with his sweet sword or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're gonna, you know,
It
so-
sets people on fire.
yeah, it sets
or
them on
melts
fire or melts them
or something.
It does a lot.
Yeah.
It burns.
That's what the guy
It
says.
could be radiation or fire.
Yeah.
Who cares? So Sam Lane, of course, first in line to like nuke everybody because like that's his option.
That's
He
what I
and
do.
Thunderbolt Ross would get along great.
Or not,
Right?
and like the world would burn. Like, you know, they're
Just
just
having
like,
arms races.
they're like, screw it, we're just gonna bring it down in his head, and like, you fool, you've destroyed an entire city, and he's like, nah. So then we go to Earth -12, which is right next door.
Oh, to the drown.
Yes.
Where essentially Ares had a war with Earth / the Justice League, and
Yeah.
Batman is the last one standing.
Yeah, because Ares got a helmet that made his power 100 times bigger.
Yes.
Where did it come from?
Where did-
Okay, here's the thing about that. Now you're dealing with gods.
Right.
Who the hell cares?
Yeah,
It's
it
made
came
by-
from
by
wherever
gods.
they
He
get
could-
all their stuff.
He could have, like, you know, gone to a star planet where,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, a secret man toiled away, locked there by Zeus.
Yeah,
where, like,
exactly.
He makes a bargain for a tear and it becomes a helmet.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Ares never cries.
Sounds really familiar.
I just made that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Batman's like, well, I
It's a
can't
remix.
punch the God of War, but I want to, so I'll just take the discarded helmet that like gave him his powers that he lost during a big fight with everybody.
Yeah, I think Wonder Woman got it off him,
She
right?
did.
Yeah.
She
It
did.
was
And she was like, "Don't put it on; it'll corrupt you." And he's like, "Nah, I'll put it on." So he does, and
I
like,
think
but-
she's dead.
He's like,
Right.
but to be fair, he, like, even without the helmet, he's still a god and I'm still a dude.
yes,
Yeah, it's
Right.
gonna make me the strength of 100 Batmen.
cool.
Ares is still stronger.
I just,
Yeah,
I,
it should
be,
I
but
just
it-
have a really huge urge for bugs now.
Right.
Or fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully fruit.
He beats Ares off page.
Yeah.
And then he basically he takes over. He just rolls in and takes shit over.
Storms Olympus.
Yeah, he storms Olympus. He burns it down, and he's just like,
right.
okay, that's it. Just all I want is this battle, and
Yeah.
being awesome.
What I dig about it is, like, clearly this is a universe in which the Bruce-Diana relationship
much
is
closer.
is real.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
Because
like-
he's like, this is all about losing
It's all
her.
about losing
Yeah.
her, which is funny since these two universes are so close to one another.
Why would it be a different person?
But in this
No,
one,
no,
he
no, I
tries
mean,
to
like,
mention that too with
it's all about the
Lois.
loss
It's
of
love.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
But
Okay, fair
like
enough.
he wears the Wonder Woman moniker on
Yeah.
his Ares chest encapsulated in a bat,
You're right.
which
Yeah.
is like kind of cool because he's
It
just
is-
like
it
that's
is
the
kinda-
He
reason.
doesn't mention Superman at all.
No.
No.
It's not. It's not relevant. Yeah. Well, they're magic, so I
Yeah,
guess
he-
Superman was like the first to die.
Or Superman
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I have to go.
Yeah, he's like, I need. I'm going to Oa. Shoom. So as he's storming Olympus, the Batman Who Laughs shows up and he's like, I'm in all the books. Speaking of
Building the
books,
team.
speaking of books,
I
my
brought you
Stygian
some.
Robins have some like winks and nods in their clutches. One of which is
Oh.
how to destroy the multiverse, like how to like do
Yeah.
things
Like
for
a dummy's
dummies.
guide?
Like a dummy,
The
yeah.
other one's The Multiversity by Grant freaking Morrison. That was hilarious. But he's just like, hey, Wonder Woman's over there. Let's go. And he's like, okay.
Oh, she's there?
Like in
No, I'm
In
just
our
saying he's like,
universe,
oh, she's
yeah.
there?
yeah. Meet my friends, my rowdy friends who were all in the other books. And he's like, okay. So Batman Who Laughs takes the Batman the Merciless, we're gonna call him that, to the like dwelling that I think was referenced in the beginning of Dark Knight's Metal, which was like held by the Court of Owls, and it was where all the metals joined with Batman to open the portal that lets Barbatos out. And he's like showing him, like the hieroglyphs that depict Batman's histories, and shows him like, you're that's 0 year.
I just love that, though. It's like all these like kind of cool looking things, and then like
Batman on a sweet Batman.
someone having to be like,
yeah. So who did chisel that crap?
Yeah, but someone chiseled in the fact that all these Bat characters were gonna show up.
Yes.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
at least that's a cool
that's
image.
the
This is
ending,
just like,
Yeah.
I'm doing a sweet jump. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jumps
okay.
like that far off the ground.
So
Woo! Oh, risk my life.
oh, still in.
and then we cut back to like the story, which is that like the inner circle of the world leaders / clandestine rulers have launched a nuclear strike on the city.
No, it's not a nuclear strike. It's
that's right.
It's a Valhalla bomb.
Thank you.
It's
which
infused with like 3 different types of energies that are, I guess, various different people are weak to.
Yeah.
So like one of those will stop these guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they drop it, and it blows up the city, but it doesn't hurt him.
It makes them stronger.
It just makes him stronger because
He
it's
absorbs
war.
it.
Well, what
Yeah.
doesn't kill you
Only does make you stronger.
makes you
That's true.
stronger.
Or sometimes
That's
really
a fact.
hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That too.
Batman makes a point of saying the Batman the Merciless, where he's like, Wonder Woman, like Diana, you warned me about the helmet and about this, that, and the other thing, and like I should never I should never put it on because if I do, I'll never take it off. He does take it off,
Yeah.
but just to show how like far gone he is.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even the helmet.
It's not the helmet, it's me
anymore.
now, and he's like, he's clearly it's been time.
He looks
Yeah.
awesome.
He does
does
look
look
completely
awesome.
dope.
I assumed it hasn't been time. It's just like the helmet turns him into a god, and this is what
gods look like they
I
have
got
big
long
white
gray
beards.
hair and
Well, 'cause
beard.
I
and,
really like
I'm
the
missing an
image.
eye.
Yeah.
I like
and I'm real big.
Right?
And through.
Because I like the image of Batman with like the half cowl under the helmet, but this is way cooler.
Yeah.
Where it's just like grizzled god Batman.
Yeah.
But Steve Trevor goes to try and like take him out, and he's like, "Oh no, you don't." And of course, Steve Trevor's the love of Wonder Woman, or at least once in future. So he's like, "No."
No.
He reveals in the last few pages that like he's like, you told me not to put the helmet on, and I did, and like it turns out you weren't dead.
Right. I had sight, and I saw what I did, and I was like, "Oh."
Like you weren't dead, you were just unconscious, and then I killed you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you reached for the helmet too.
Because like
Yeah, 'cause he
throughout
tried to
this,
stop me.
he
Yeah.
talks about how he's like, so I came to this world because I was gonna find you, and
Yep.
like I have avoided you at all costs
Yes.
here because I know
Yeah.
that I killed you.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like when he grabs Steve Trevor, he's like, you were me.
Yes.
You were what I was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I'm not.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. But I was wrong also
Right.
to like have like care for you.
Exactly.
Like what matters is what I'm doing.
I can't be redeemed. Is
Right.
what I'm saying. I have to be defeated.
I'm
the
too far
I'm the
gone.
irredeemable Batman.
Yeah. Well, and if I were to be redeemed, Snyder wouldn't pay attention to what happened in this anyway. So like it would just be confusing for you. But I love the image of how like he grabs Steve because Steve's clearly not like on board for all the crap that the others like Mr. Bones and the
Right. He was like,
Mr.
we
Bones
can't
immediately
drop
like,
that
no, we
Valhalla
"We can't do
bomb."
the bomb," and they're like, "We're doing the bomb."
He's like, I don't care, I'm a skeleton man.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
He's the one that's against it the most. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, Mr. Bones is gonna leave. He's like, "No, you don't." But like the rest of them do worship him, or at the very
Yeah,
least
they,
like
like,
show
bow.
fealty to him.
Yeah.
Which
is a
is
cool
that like
image.
a power he has to make people bow?
I
Or they're
think
just
it's more
like,
just like he's-
maybe this will work.
I think it's that.
Yeah.
I think it's that he's a god.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to kill you all or make you fight each other. That'd be too easy.
Well, in theory,
Right.
they should actually bow to him because they are warmongers, and he's the
Exactly.
god
Yeah,
of
that's true.
war.
Yeah,
Then
so
like
maybe
they
he, like-
should be compelled to
Yeah,
follow
maybe
him.
he's like in their heads.
yeah, maybe he's
Yeah.
enthralled them.
Yeah.
like, oh, you are makers of war. You are naturally
You're drawn to me.
Yeah. So
Not in that way.
no, but there's no sequel to this, so whatever.
Yeah. Is he important in?
Not at all.
No. Okay.
He's in
Cool.
it.
What does he do?
Nothing.
Ah.
stands around like an action figure with the rest of them.
Right.
War.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one
It
seems
never
to actually, because he releases the Doomsday Virus.
That actually has
and I remember that
That
happening.
happens in Dark Knight's Metal. Yeah, nothing he does has consequence in the major event.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like, oh, were you wondering what happened to the military? Oh, this is what happened.
right, why didn't the
This guy
military
killed
like
them
come
all.
in? Well, they tried one bomb, it didn't work, and then they like worship him now.
Yeah.
And then they like quit.
Right.
So we got 3 evil or dark or twisted bat people, folk in this. Which one's the good, which one's the bad, and which one's the ugly? I got my own ideas about this.
So to kick it off.
But okay,
What are those ideas?
Okay, so I dig Batman the Merciless a lot. I liked the idea behind it. I like the God of War, God Country image of Batman. Manipul's art, I think, is one of the triumphs of this. Of these 3.
I'd say it's the best art on the table.
Easily, yeah. Of the 3, it has the most. It has some more intentionally iconic moments, though. I still preferred, like, all the cool things that happened in Merciless were cool looking, but I still like the one splash of Bryce stabbing Aquawoman
Yeah.
than anything that happens in this. And so
Right,
for
it doesn't
that,
have a single
there's no single iconic
ultimate.
There's one thing, and
panel.
it's just like, it's classic Batman with yellow disc with half his cowl broken, holding Wonder Woman. I was like, that's a cool,
Yeah.
iconic image, but it's the first one, and then it never really gets back to that except
Yeah.
for helmetless, like, God of War Batman. And even then, like, once the helmet's off, you don't really get the bat imagery anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you don't really get it. And it's like, that's, for me, one of the weakest designed ones of these is Batman the Merciless. Because the only bat element you get out of it is really, like, the wings on his head
Yeah.
and his helmet.
And they're almost more like dragon wings.
Yes, and by the way, that's cool.
No, it's admittedly
If he
cool.
were an action figure,
You
I'd
got
buy him.
The Wonder Woman logo on his chest has little bat ears.
Agreed.
Because it's in
Because it's in
it's
front
in a
of the
bag.
bag.
but that's
Yeah.
like, that's a decal he stuck on the front. Like, there's nothing about it that
It
screams.
very much looks like that, which I don't understand. I'm like, you have magic.
Yeah,
What?
why
He
does
can
it
make
look like that?
anything.
Why-
He's not very creative.
Well, and yeah, that's the thing is
the
that
God
like,
of War.
if
He's not the God
you're
of
gonna
creativity.
measure
Yeah, he's not the guy.
Hey, look, my logo's on my body for no reason.
Yeah, he has a logo too. By the way, I have one shirt that depicts any of the Dark Batman, and it's that one because that's the best
It
looking
looks
one.
dope.
Yeah.
Unless they actually made one of these, which they straight up didn't.
But
And the
why
Wonder
is
Woman
it on
Batman,
my
I'm not a big fan
body?
of.
Yeah, because he's
because
like,
that
I
way-
got a
Wait, I
branding.
could just make that.
Right,
gotta
and you
represent.
should.
Yeah, we should put that
Yeah,
on a
do that,
shirt.
please.
Come on, Tiffany.
Oh yeah.
So ultimately, I think that this has to be the bad in the 3-tier structure we have on our show.
Uh-huh.
I think
But
that
you did like it.
I did enjoy it.
Okay.
But not as much as I enjoyed the Aqua Batman.
I gotta tell you, I would straight up punch someone for that coat that she wears. That little jacket.
Just haul off and
I would just
hit him square
I would
in
just
the nose.
deck an old lady for that.
She does have the best fashion sense of all these.
I'm also
She's like really like hybridized.
yeah,
Like
she's
still,
her own design.
she's still wearing the cowl,
Yeah.
but you still get like the aqua elements without it being Aquaman. Like she's a pirate.
Right.
Yeah, she's
I'm like,
definitely not Aquaman.
No,
That is a underwater Batman.
Yeah.
Also, I'm very disappointed because this is the only one where he's actually huge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the main
Yeah.
event, he's just Batman wearing armor.
Oh.
Like even in the Capullo drawing, he's like he's big, but he's
Yeah.
not even as like he's not that.
He's
big.
just Batman if he put on like sweet armor.
yeah, but like
But
this,
this is
I
like,
get,
no, he's like Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think maybe that's just because
looks badass.
Francis Manipul draws a baller Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be.
But that's not enough to save this book. And ultimately, obviously, the ugly is the Doomsday one because who gives a shit?
Yeah.
For me, who gives a shit?
Yeah, because like even though neither of these books have enough time to really develop what happened in their
No.
world and why,
Which is a real shame.
they do a way better job than that one does explaining
Oh.
anyone's reasoning for doing
Superman
anything.
turns bad.
There's a little bit of information in this.
Yes.
But it's not enough.
No, Superman turns bad, and he's clearly like he has his faculties.
Maybe it's a solar flare. Maybe it's who gives a shit.
Yeah, who
He's
cares?
bad.
Right.
You
Don't
lied
you want
to
to
us,
see
Clark.
it? It's so funny that this one has him with the friggin' spear from that terrible movie because it's like, yeah, it's Superman and
Versus
Batman, they
Batman.
fight. It was always gonna happen, and
Yeah.
here's where it did, and like.
Yeah.
Fuck you!
Right.
You won't bother to explain it, which is unless
Because
it's
you
like a
can't.
joke about how terrible that movie is.
And, yeah, if it's a meta criticism about like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah,
Like
That's-
bravo, but it still sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still not it's not a very
yeah, like maybe in the dark multiverse that happens.
Yeah.
Okay, ha ha ha. Yeah, but still, like, what's the reason though?
right. And it's like, because nothing that happens in the present that actually ties us in with the main event is more interesting or important than the origin of the Devastator Batman.
Right.
Like,
and
the,
it gets
the conceit
no time.
of all of these is that we're going to get the backstory. That's the hope, right? Like, I wish we had the Red Death one, because then it'd actually be a contest. Because that one is at least ridiculous. And I like the premise of how he gets his powers. I was like, huh, what the hell?
Yeah.
But this is just like, he's scared that Superman's going to break his heart, so he becomes the Doomsday Virus. Derp.
Right.
But we need
Oh, and then you got Lois.
Yes, who's infected.
And then you got some drama here with her and John.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, that's totally unrelated.
To the origin of this character.
Right. So, like, it's kind of interesting, but it's also, like, really
we even
scattershot.
see this in other books. Like, we see Lois succumb to the virus, save John.
Oh, no.
But also,
So-
who gives a crap about the Super Squad fight with Batman?
Oh,
it's
that
off
too.
panel and
It's-
nothing
you don't even
happens.
They
see the
show
fight.
up. Who
It's
does
like,
that?
oh, wow, Supergirl and Superwoman and Guardian.
And then
all
And
against
Guardian?
Doomsday Batman.
And Superboy is the one off panel just
Yeah.
telling you, hey, there's a fight happening off panel. And
Oh, look at that
they're
fight
getting-
over
it's
there.
So I gotta go
cool.
help.
oh, sweet. That fight's awesome.
I wish you could see it. You're not saving a budget here. He could just draw it for you.
Yeah.
But anyway,
There's nothing good about this.
No.
This book.
I liked how Bruce Wayne.
Except for the logo.
Yeah,
The logo's, this is like...
Well, and even then, the logo sucks because, like, I hate that green, like the disparity between the logo.
Well,
like,
it's
does,
Kryptonite.
Does Doomsday have a logo?
No.
I feel like he has to, because why? This is so specific.
It's so specific. And why are the Batwings for the Doomsday logo for the Devastator sigil the same as the Merciless Batman's helmet?
Oh,
Damn
well,
you.
A coincidence?
It's very much a coincidence.
I don't know.
Damn you.
Bizarre.
Yeah. It's not egregious. The thing is, the Devastator Batman story, I wasn't like, this sucks. It's just kind of like, who cares? Especially compared to better stories.
Well, it's just not done that well.
No.
Well, it's like the writer. Well, you know what? Yeah,
There
this
were
is
two
the one.
writers.
There were two writers, and the writer is good because I was like, yeah, okay, but the plot is terrible.
Well, it's because
Yes.
it's Tynan
Yeah,
who wrote
Tynan
the
Right.
gave
dialogue.
So
you
it's like
the
he's
character.
competently writing what's happening. It's just that what's happening is dumb and stupid, and who cares?
Yeah, it's entirely superficial, but also not like even superficially fun.
Yeah. Like, you should have gone, I don't know, there must have been like conflicting like demands on this book, because it's like you should have gone more into like the backstory behind the fall of Superman and the breakdown of his relationship with Clark.
We don't see. We
Because
don't really
he
feel.
wants you to feel the betrayal,
Yes,
and
that's
the
all
loss
that's
of
how he's
hope
defined.
and all that, and then he loved Superman, and then Superman turned on him,
And he monologues about it, but there's no
Yeah.
impetus behind it that we can really get
right.
behind.
I'm like, yeah, but I didn't see it happen.
Yeah.
You're just telling me about it.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to
No.
me. I'm confused by it, but it's the whole linchpin of like the emotional.
You're
like,
telling me
core of his
about the
book.
loss.
Further-
You're telling me about betrayal, but you're not like giving me the betrayal.
Batman is so hurt by Superman's betrayal that he turns himself into a monster, kills him. It happens in 6 panels. Him
Yeah.
becoming a monster, monologuing about how he's sad that he's betrayed,
And then just
kills
instantly kills him.
Superman,
Yeah.
and at no point do we see his face, the anguish, or explore the decision that was made and how hard it is. It's like, why aren't there 17 Devastator Batmans if that's the case? Like, if it was so quick and so easy
Yeah.
and so like generic, then why aren't there like 20 Earths where that happened? Why you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like you don't even get to indulge in the premise. It's just kind of like, it feels like a means to an end.
Yeah.
Well, this story seemed like it was just to talk about, well, why is everyone a Doomsday Monster?
Right, well, yeah.
Oh, it's because
Exactly.
of Devastator Batman.
Yeah, but they even say that in the main book, and it's like, well, then did we even need a solo series? And I'm sure they were like,
well,
every
but
Batman...
don't you want to know like why he became Doomsday?
Yes, I
Batman?
do, I guess. But like, then you tell me, and it's like you didn't even bother.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, couldn't you have done less of what happened in the real world and more of the backstory?
Yeah.
That's how I kind of feel about most of these books.
Yes, it was such a disappointment to find that most of it was tied in with hand-wavy. No one's really asking anyway. Yeah, where's Francis Manipul's sword and sorcery story that's going on right now?
God.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, like,
Why
this
didn't-
book is
Why didn't
so
Marvel poach him
boring.
and put him on the Conan book?
Yeah.
Because Mahmoud Asrar is spectacular.
He is, but you have 2 Conan books.
Put him on the Doctor Strange book.
Well, yeah.
I want to see a high-flying, action-adventure, swashbuckling Doctor Strange story.
I know that. So yeah, I mean, does anyone else any dissent?
Sorry, I'll put this back. I was just
So this is my ugly.
Whoa, why are you looking at me?
Yeah.
No, this sucks.
Yeah, that's also my ugly.
Unanimous consent on the
Yay.
ugly, at least. All
Yeah.
right.
I'll go on record. I don't think it's horrible.
It's not.
But just
In
compared to these,
on the panel,
good.
it's not great.
yeah, between the rest of them, yeah.
It doesn't offer anything that wowed me.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing knocked my socks off.
And that's the problem, is that, like,
What are you even
be great,
doing?
be awful,
Yeah.
fine. Give me an opinion.
Right,
But
yeah.
this was blah.
That's fair.
You know what I realized?
So what's the point?
There are 3 other Dark Batman. You're gonna make
We
us
could do a
a
part
sequel.
2.
Yeah,
I
we
promise
could.
there will be a
We
clear
will-
winner.
Son of a
No,
bitch.
we're definitely gonna do.
We got to
more.
find the best of the 6.
But we've got 3 others.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 4 others?
No, it's 3. It's
Oh, yeah, because the
Yeah,
one who
there's
laughs,
3
yeah, we can't do
others.
the one who
We're not
laughs.
gonna do the
no,
man
we're
who
not gonna do the
laughs.
one who laughs.
And
There
then-
is. He has his own.
Oh, and then are we gonna have a face-off then
we
between like
should.
the winners of the
Of the dark multiverse Batman.
Yeah.
Versus? Oh, shit.
And then there could be like a runner-up, like a wild card that gets in
There
there.
is a
as the
wild
third
card.
one.
The Grim Knight was
Oh,
not established
shit,
in this, but
yeah.
he was established afterwards.
yes.
Hell yes! Okay, we got 3 episodes planned, not including this one, I guess. But so there you have it,
Welcome to the
everybody.
next
Wait,
show.
wait,
we
whoa,
didn't
whoa,
decide
I
the
know, I know.
good.
Wait, well, oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
the
he
ugly
was
is
just-
this.
Yeah.
Which
we
one's
we
good?
did agree on that.
Yeah. Which one did you guys like the best?
Oh, I liked Batman Aquaman.
Fair enough.
It's a fun story.
Right.
There's story, there's
It's
plot.
Batman that drowned.
Not
Fine,
even Batman.
whatever.
Batman Aquaman would be derivative.
Her world's drowned. She drowns a town. There's a lot
There's
of
a lot
drowning.
of drowning.
Everybody's drowned.
Well, it's obviously the Aquaman one.
Yeah, I agree. That was
I'm
my
actually
favorite.
like
Aquaman,
I'm
you're a little
torn
torn?
because
Really?
I like the story in that better than this, but this art is so
That art is really good.
I agree.
good.
I agree.
This
Every
art's not
panel's
bad,
great,
though.
but
No,
yeah.
it's not
Shows
bad.
me things I want to see.
No, I know,
All the
I know.
underwater stuff in this
Pays off.
is so
I
good.
just, you know what it is? Like, yes, everything looks great in that book, but Manipul's art and his panel layout
Yes.
is like on a different freaking level.
Art
I agree.
competency aside, yes. Like
like
that makes sense.
I can't even with
No,
this.
I hear you. Yeah.
Like when you
I just like what they showed us.
like when he uses like the 3 panel breakout, but it's still just one panel
Yep.
like comprised in a shot. He's using negative space to like
Yeah.
indicate items.
It's like you shouldn't have put Manipul on this book.
no.
Like he shouldn't have been
Like,
assigned that title.
no.
Yeah.
And like I do kind of like some of this. Like I love the reveal that he killed her. Like 'cause
Yeah.
she tried to take the helmet. I'm like that's kind of cool.
Yep.
I'm still gonna go with the drowned.
That's fair.
But like
sh-
I hate calling
won't
that
call it the
bad,
bad.
because like that art is just it's so brilliant.
it's a name we use just for the show. It doesn't
Exactly.
mean it's bad.
No, I know. And, like, and honestly, I think Tomasi does a nice job.
Yeah.
And like
Oh,
Tomasi's
yeah.
a good writer.
Yeah.
But
This
that-
is the one I thought was going to be the best.
But that said,
And you reread them, you changed your mind.
Oh no, it was
No,
just like
before he read
when
them.
when I cracked it and saw, oh crap, Peter J. Tomasi wrote this one. And then I'm like, oh yeah, no, I still like the drown more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this
I assumed that was going to be the worst. I thought that was going to be the ugly.
Yeah.
The Aquaman one?
because it's like what?
Because I read this first and I'm like, oh,
Oh,
this is
no.
setting off the pace.
Yeah.
None of these are going to be good.
No, and she was like, this was the one I read. Out of all the ones that came out, this was the tie-in I picked up. Like,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
was
you
the
read
one-
it, like,
I read it
independent
when it
like
came
when
out.
it came
The
out. I
show,
wanted to
yeah.
know about it.
Yeah.
Just because I liked her design like so much. Like I
Yeah.
loved that design.
I did not like the panel in this, like the Secret Six underground and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I didn't care for that
like,
at all.
They were whiny.
It was just like
You had to do it though, because that was the war element.
right.
yeah.
The war makers, and he is the god of
Yeah.
war.
And
So
Tomasi's smart. At least it was like a fun like. Like I said, strange Lovian like panel
Yeah.
of like clandestine,
And is that why she's
idiots.
wearing a cowboy hat?
Yes.
Is that the Strange Love nod?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see the big board. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
maybe she didn't write it down.
yes, I'm disappointed, but like I'll
yeah.
take it.
And they're saying things like, "Oh yeah, millions will
Except-
die," but like,
to say billions,
Yeah.
acceptable losses.
That is
except
also
that like they're right.
that's
yeah,
also
if you could
Waller
stop
like
them.
to a T.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that is her character.
Everyone is in character. And
She
it's-
clocks Mr. Bones. with
Especially
a
Mr.
gun.
Bones because he's
Yeah.
smoking.
He always smokes.
I know. I'm like, how?
He smoked in Millennium.
You can't. You
No,
don't
I
have
can.
lips.
It's magic. He can't do anything. He's a skeleton.
I'm just saying.
The Dark Batman, Part 1, maybe.
Oh.
And anyway, we'll see you guys next week with another episode. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
So long.